This is the Xiaomi 13 Pro's box. With that Leica branding up top, this black box looks very similar to what we've seen with other Xiaomi flagships recently. Let's go ahead, open it up. We first have this black insert that houses a SIM ejector tool, a quick start guide alongside a protective soft case. Next up, we've got the Xiaomi 13 Pro itself. Let's peel off that protective plastic. The sticker to the back too. Guys, this is one of the ceramic variants that Xiaomi offers. You also get it in white and green. The blue, that one has a vegan leather finish, which should add more to the grip. The dimensions also vary slightly for the ceramic and vegan leather SKUs. For example, this variant, it weighs in at about 230 grams, while the one with the vegan leather back, it's supposed to be 20 grams lighter. That said, the ceramic ones are also mentioned to be slimmer at 8.38 millimeters. Also note that the ceramic back, while it's got that heft to it and feels great in hand, it does pick up fingerprints and smudges quite easily. It is definitely gonna be a pain to keep this clean unless you're gonna use the insulated case. Now all variants do come with IP68 water and dust resistance, and the placements, they remain unchanged. Let me in fact walk you through them. We've got a very clicky pair of power and volume keys to the right. The secondary microphones and IR blaster are present up top. Glad to see Xiaomi continue to retain that. The left is clean, and to the bottom we have the primary speaker and microphone alongside the USB Type-C port and a tray. This one takes 2 nano SIMs. As always, there's no support for microSD or a headphone jack. Anyways, got carried away a little. Let's get back to the box. We have a USB Type-A to Type-C cable with orange accents here, and that's followed by a 120 watt fast charger, which is in the box right there, so pretty sweet. Xiaomi claims you can fully charge the 4820 mAh battery on the inside in 19 minutes flat. There's also support for 50 watts wireless charging, which should get you from 0 to 100 in 36 minutes. Quite impressive. Also note that reverse wireless charging up to 10 watts is supported here. Now before we move on to the display, my name's Ash, you're watching C4E Tech. If you end up liking this video, like this video. A quick request, if you're on Telegram, use the link in the description to join the C4E Tech channel so that you can keep track of all my new uploads. Up top, we have a centered hole punch that houses the 32 megapixel selfie camera that supports 2D facial recognition. It also seems to do a fine job with the selfies themselves. These are the samples I managed to test out. Initial impressions, great skin tones, the edge reduction is particularly well handled for portraits, can't really complain. The other biometric option is the optical fingerprint scanner present under the display, and this works like pretty much every other optical scanner we've seen in the past few years. The display itself happens to be one of the highlights of this phone. This here is a 6.73-inch E6 AMOLED panel that curves at the edges. This is a 10-bit panel with a Quad HD Plus resolution, 120Hz refresh, and 240Hz touch sampling. It uses the latest LTPO technology to vary refresh rates between 1 and 120Hz as required to conserve battery. It's also a super bright panel capable of hitting a 1900 nit peak brightness for HDR, so a 10-bit high-resolution LTPO panel which is super bright and color accurate. It should be great for media consumption. Now Xiaomi also continues to provide stereo speakers here. The output is pretty loud and clean. Here, have a listen. Now underneath the hood, the 13 Pro is powered by Qualcomm's latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 SoC. Xiaomi claims this flagship chip built on the 4nm TSMC process should bring a 37% increase in CPU performance, 42% with GPU, whilst also lowering power consumption by 47%. Now these claims, they seem a little too optimistic based on the numbers we are seeing, but the numbers we are seeing here, they're still exceptionally good. Now there's also faster RAM and storage. You get to choose between 8 or 12 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM and 128, 256 or 512 gigs of UFS 4.0 storage. On the software front, we have the new MIUI 14 built atop Android 13, and given all the impressive hardware specs, it's no surprise that the user experience here feels smooth and fluid. Talking about impressive, let's talk optics. We've got a triple camera array to the back. The primary is one we've seen before on the likes of the Xiaomi 12S Ultra or the Vivo X90 Pro Plus. It's that 50 megapixel 1-inch Sony IMX989 sensor. Here it's paired with an optically stabilized f1.9 lens. As you can see, it does great with stills. There's a lot of detail, the dynamic range is rich, and once again, we get to choose between Leica Authentic and Leica Vibrant color profiles in the app, so we get either natural colors or the more social media friendly pop. It's a pretty subtle effect, but it is there, it is an option. Even under low light, I really enjoyed what Xiaomi's done here. The noise levels they kept to a low, the images they were pretty detailed and turned out impressive overall. The second camera is a 50 megapixel sensor with a 75mm equivalent floating lens that has a f2 aperture and again is optically stabilized. This basically allows for very close focusing distances, so you can focus on images that are even just 10 centimeters close. Anyways, the 3.2x zoom shots did turn out quite nicely, and the third camera, a 50 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide, it seems to do a pretty good job too. The field of view here is 115 degrees. For video, we can shoot 8K footage at up to 30 FPS, and the footage seems good. Overall, the optics on the Xiaomi 13 Pro, they seem to be very competent. And with all that said and done, it's time to talk price. The Xiaomi 13 Pro starts at 4999 RMB, which converts to about $715 or 59,000 Indian rupees. Now for that price, I do like what Xiaomi is offering here. The 13 Pro seems like a fine smartphone that checks all the right boxes. As of now, it is only available in China though, so if you don't want to wait for the global rollout and want to pick one up today, you can do that from 28mobile.com. I'll leave a link to 28mobile in the description below. So now, what do you guys feel about the Xiaomi 13 Pro? Impressed? Does it feel like it's lacking something? Do you have any ideas on what Xiaomi could have done better? Let me know in the comments below. And with that, it is time for me to bid you adieu. Thumbs up, thumbs down, based on whatever you felt about the video. Subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that bell icon if you haven't yet. And thanks for your time, thanks for watching. Until next time, my name's Ash, you've been watching C4E Tech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.